never forget anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way we play our campaigns is pretty useful.
Yeah.
Dude, we should have had that on Proving Grounds.
That's opera.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paradise Rolls. Today we're playing the Arrakis Conquest. I'm your host, Mark Anthony, playing the role of Game Master. On my right, someone else.
That would be me. My name is Shars. My pronouns are he, him. And I'm not playing Ambrose. But I'm not going to tell you who I'm playing yet.
And that's it. That's it. And that's all.
He's just here to watch.
Yeah.
Spectator. Hello, my name is Estes, and today I am playing Seth McElroy.
I'm Matt, and I'm playing the Owlin Rogue and his bones.
And then our online player, don't tell us your character, but tell us who you are. Are you?
Me?
Yeah, you. You're the only online player.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Yasmin. Pronouns are her, she.
Hershey's.
Hershey. Do I say like what I'm playing at all, or just?
Nope.
No.
Just
Okay.
we'll have you fully introduce your character, similar to the way you did in that other thing, and that's that. Yep, that'll be when that character is introduced. Yeah. So let's get into a quick recap. This will be the first time Yasmin gets to know what's happened, so it'll be a little bit lengthier, but I will not go into full details. So the party left the Carapace Isle after getting the chance to commune with a being of extreme omnipotence in comparison to themselves, and got some information there. They found some rot that had been taking over this island. Found it in creatures, found it in the trees, ran some tests. Don't exactly know what's going on with it, but they decided they would look into this with one of their party members who is not here, that being Zavi, playing Zana, our scholarly druid. Very interesting to have a scholarly druid. They left the isle and went to I need to name the continent. I keep calling it the Western Continent. I haven't, it hasn't like clicked yet. I'll name it. I'll give that to you guys next week, or 2 weeks from now. That way we can discuss the continent with a name. Anyway, kind of went up to the west coast of the continent. Found yourselves a nice little alcove to park your boat and, go ashore. Tried to go to Ogma's Wharf, where Zana was a researcher at in this city, and you went there, found your friend Bones, who wasn't your friend until you made it, and he assisted you in kind of getting access without your wanted status affecting anything. So helped you sneak in, got you up to Grembuil's office and Zana's lab. So found some books, have a contact out there, and you left a orb that gives you basically a WebEx call, a Teams call, a Zoom call directly to him. So you guys have that. And you got Zana's mobile laboratory kit that they can use to research and study items at a scientific level. And then you said, let's fuck off. Bones said, "You know what? I want to fuck off too. Let's get out of here." So he stuck with you guys. You climbed over the mountain to find your boat being attacked. It then got lightning bolted by the druid, chopped in half, basically sunk down. But you managed to save people. I don't think you got any items from it. I don't think you got. Yeah, no, you didn't grab anything from the ship. It was a borrowed ship anyway, so hey.
Those sails would be way too heavy to take.
True, true. Um, I don't know. You could try stuffing them into a bag of holding. Just fill the whole thing up. um, so yeah, then you took the crew, went north up the beach, um, because Ambrose said, you know, we have some like knowledge that there was some weirdness going on with these goblins and these orcs over here. So maybe we can get some sort of scriptures from them that actually could give us more information on this Arrakis thing, whatever it is. So you went to go there, found some signs of warning along the way, saying to stay the fuck away. Um, you knew this is probably best. Get our information. We need it. We need to see what the fuck is going on. How is this gonna affect us? And as you traveled, what is that?
Morning doves.
Oh, give that a minute, and then you can put up to the mic.
That was-
Oh, that's coming from
Real?
yeah, they are.
Yasmin. Why are there mourning doves?
What did I do?
I hear birds.
Where?
Do you have birds outside your house, like right outside the window?
Oh, I do. Hold on.
Oh, let me go quiet them
Sorry,
down.
we leave the window
Let me just go tell them to stop. Sorry, the neighbors. um, so as you traveled north up this beach, you ended up seeing these different long, kind of like I don't know, slithery looking. I don't know. It looked like snakes of that the rot that you've seen had been trying to kind of come up onto the shore. They were like kind of crawling towards the mountain, and you decided to try and just like we don't want this stuff like following us. It looks like it traveled, so let's burn it. You guys burnt it all the way up to the village that you entered. When you got to the village, you saw all of these dead orcs and some signs of a not ancient, but old attack on the village. There were some holes blasted into a couple of the buildings. One of you may have found a cannonball somewhere. And two of you may even remember being part of that. But you find the main building, which wasn't hard. It's a giant ass building, and you notice that there is a spiral staircase winding down. Decide. You also, I think you heard some weird sounds coming from below, and you decided to kind of slowly investigate. And upon your investigation, found that there was some weird creature, tall and slender, doing something weird down there, weird and sketchy. And you decided, well, this is probably where our scriptures are. It's probably what we came here for. So you had your fight, and snuck in, and decided to mount a sneak attack on this creature that was quite obviously using these orcs as almost puppets. You saw them wandering around like mindless robots until you struck. So you guys fought, having this rot being flung at you in the form of orcs, and it lasted a long time, actually. Long battle. It's like 5-6 rounds. You had Ambrose and you had Bones up in its face, attacking in melee range. You had the other people, Seth, Zana, Xavier, and Hermit, all trying to, keep the orcs that were wandering around at bay. Only to find out that they were getting flung through the air at you.
It's not terrifying at all.
As you were in battle, most of you came very, very close to death. Until one of you actually died. Ambrose got a nice little stab and a orc to the knee, and he fell. Ambrose fell, got hit again, and was laying in a puddle of rot that began to melt him away. As this was happening, Bones came back around. Seth shot a 7th level lightning bolt or something at him. Finally managed to kill your oppressor and tried to get to Ambrose in time, only to find that he was melting. You were standing in it and also starting to melt away. Your shoes were completely burnt through, and you took what you could of him, that being mainly bones and some flesh, and walked him up to the beach, where you were discussing with the crew what would be the proper send-off. I don't believe we did the send-off.
No.
So
I believe we went into the area because I was frantically searching for something that would make Ambrose's death mean something. And I don't know if we found anything. I don't remember if we did any of that.
we did not.
I remember I was looking for diamonds at first, and you said none of the gems were diamonds.
Nope. They were big chunks of sapphire, emerald, ruby, huge chunks, unnatural chunks of these gems. You found
There's no Ambrose to do reduce.
Nope. You did find the stuff that was left behind in Ambrose's pile. So that would have been a magical staff that can basically place runes where the person wants to place it. You can place a rune, and in that rune you imbue it with one of your spells.
Basically a staff of glyphs.
Yeah. So it casts the glyph, you cast the spell that is going to go into the glyph. Your spell slot is consumed for until the condition is met.
Once the condition is met, I get my spell slot back?
No,
Oh, okay.
you cannot regenerate that spell slot until it's met, and then you'd regenerate it
okay.
like normal. So if you cast a 5th level fireball into the rune, and it never goes off, you would have to go up to it and cancel it yourself.
Oh, I don't have a button that just like
Nope.
like the Harry Potter button.
No.
So, like, even if you do a long rest, that spell slot doesn't get.
That spell slot is gone. So you have got to remember. That's what I was telling you. Like, I only wanted to screw you out of one spell slot if it happened.
That's what that was about.
Yeah. So you do have to be careful with that. You also have the sextant, that comes with that compass.
Oh, this is stuff from Ambrose's body.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Ambrose will be able to, or Charles will be able to give you that stuff. And then you had 2 directions you could go in this cave. At the very far end, there was a little doorway here and doorway over here. Otherwise, all of the corpses have returned to their corpsey status.
Is at the crossroads, is there like some sort of like indicator, like difference between the hallways that go left and right?
No.
There's nothing.
Nope. And you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
60 or 120?
I think it's 60, but I'm not sure.
I think at 120, you would know these are just like quick rooms, like extra storage, basically. Down here,
Harry Potter.
yeah, like Harry Potter's first bedroom.
Okay. I mean, I'll just check the right one and then the left one then.
Okay.
I thought it was like grand entranceways at a crossroads. Okay.
No. This is this was like almost like a religious meeting hall. You gather from the enormous statues erected in the honor of that orc, that kind of is worshipped as a deity for them. There's 3 of those statues in there, not in that little room, in the big room, that are like 50 feet tall that you were fighting around. And down here, you notice as you go into the right room, there's a lot of smaller furniture in here. Obviously goblin-sized. A couple small chairs, a table, a little shorter than this one, and it has a bunch of drawers on it, ink, parchment, and even quills. And there's all sorts of stuff you can't read, I'm assuming.
Goblin?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay.
He's like, wait, let me cast this spell.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll just stuff everything.
You recognize also that there are a few in the drawers. There's a few leather-bound books written in the same language.
We have a bag of holding, right?
I don't know.
We have a bag of holding, right?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Blue, this is my bag of holding.
Where would you have gotten one? I don't think you ever
The
have.
ship? No?
No.
Okay.
Headquarters.
No, not the headquarters. I thought we got one on the ship, but Ludus is going to be my bag of holding then.
Okay.
I'm just going to...
He's just gonna tuck it into his loincloth.
I can create him a giant backpack one of these days.
Okay. That's a good idea. I think you already used creation today, right? You made a
Yeah.
coffin.
No, yeah.
Yep. Anyway, grab some books. Walk over to the other side. And here, it looks like old food storage. And yeah, that's about it. You see like shelves going up. You see different barrels, and a very, very, very intensely potent smell coming from the barrels.
Rotten.
No. No.
I would like to see what I smell.
Okay, with the 23.
It might actually be 28.
Oh God, it is obviously some form of fermented drink. If you pop the top off, you would notice it's very thick. It's like a grog. But so strong. Like
I mean,
like whiskey beer.
I guess my crew might like some. Yeah, well, I guess I'll go ahead and like tell Blutus to carry a barrel up and then meet me at the next spot I'm gonna check out.
Blue just got a natural 20 on not jostling the package, bro.
Careful with the grog.
Yeah, it's the only thing that I live for right now. That and my girlfriend. So yeah, Blutus will perfectly take that up, I guess, somehow. Yeah, otherwise, looking at anything else?
In the food storage, I guess I'm just gonna like look, see if there's like a cellar.
No.
A cellar within the basement.
This is basically their cellar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's it for the food storage area.
Okay.
I'd be looking for like a library of some sorts, mostly. Except the way you described it earlier, like when we came down the stairs originally, there was like something off to the right, something off to the left, and then like this giant hallway.
It did have a giant hall. It did have a giant door. I do remember that. I think that was my mistake on the map
Okay.
because I didn't like build anything into that room. I think it was just I was like, this looks cool, and I put it on the map. And then I didn't. So that isn't a thing. It's a facade on the wall.
It's a decorative door.
It's a decorative door. We had those at the hotel.
I spend hours trying to figure out.
You mine through the wall and find more wall and keep going.
So I guess I'm just looking for manuscripts and telling the crew to plunder whatever they want.
Okay. Yeah,
If it's got writing on it, bring it immediately to me.
They go back through where you just were, go through the entire thing, then head back up the stairs, and they start searching the buildings. Some of them get some new weapons, grab some ingots that are lying about so that they can have a little cheaper of a crafting fee. And I think it's 5 people.
Crew members?
Yeah.
Oh, you never told us how many survived.
5.
5, so not including Balthazar and Blutus?
Including Balthazar and Blutus, not including Xavier, because he was downstairs with you. So 3 other than Balthazar and Blutus that were up top fighting.
Balthazar, you lost like 4 or 5 people. I only lost 1.
Yeah, it's true. You lost the more important one.
I'm gonna tell all their families you said that.
Otherwise, as you walk around the scene of the battle and you approach the podium at which this creature stood, you notice that the podium has... Do you have like a crazy arcana?
Not crazy. I have decent... No, I don't have decent. I have arcana.
You would either way notice, and it would remember during the fight that he was like using this podium,
like pushing buttons or something on it.
He was conducting
Yeah.
there, as a conductor of a band would do, but was before the fight was like looking at the podium and using it to move these ginormous gemstones.
Is the podium attached to the floor?
Yes. It is... Give me an investigation check.
Guidance. Oh, I don't have a D4. Can I get a D4? That'll be 21.
21. This, as you kind of investigate the bottom where the base is meeting the ground, it looks as though it was formed out of the rot as you kind of get closer looks at it and almost like hardened.
Okay.
Like it was raised out of the ground from this stuff.
Is there any like sheet music on the podium?
There is 2 pages of sheet music. You could assume sheet music.
Doesn't come with like a staff or a design that I'm familiar with as a musician.
It does not. It looks like music. It like when you look at it, you recognize it as some form of music, and then you remember about this creature. It had 3 mouths rather than 2 eyes and a mouth. And so you assume there's some form of transposition you may need to undertake to be able to understand what this is.
Okay. Project.
The page is also written in white ink of some weird sort, as the page is a page of rot. It is.
Is it stable or is it?
It's
Burned to the
paper.
touch? Okay.
It is paper. It's almost like a. It's almost like a thick parchment.
Yeah.
Not quite tablet-like, but it's light like paper, like construction paper, cardboard.
Like fiber wood or something? Or
Yeah.
like I don't know what I'm thinking.
Thin particle board. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever you move it, it's not as pliable as like paper usually is. Either way, yeah, real weird.
That'll go straight in my backpack.
Okay.
Anything else?
On the podium. Not on the podium.
Behind the statue in the back corners of the area. I feel like I'm moving my way this way. That's the image that I'm getting.
After you've gone around, you come to the podium. You found nothing in the back. And the difference in this creature to anything you've ever seen is. Give me a.
I would like to cut pieces from it too. Yeah.
From the creature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a variety of pieces, like fingers, the conducting stick it had. If it's got ears, I'll take an ear. Some of its blood, like just a variety of different pieces Zana might be able to use.
Okay. Yeah. You get its long ears. They
I'll take both of them. Yeah.
come really, really high into a serious point. You take some of its teeth. All of them were either filed or just come like they have sharp teeth for some weird reason. And you grab one of. You basically like have half of his body. I don't know. You could do that if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to take like fingers, toes, all of his teeth, both of his ears. If you could take a mouth, I would take a mouth, but you can't.
You can chop its head off and bring the head.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Like,
It was very. It wasn't 20. It was I think 10 feet or 12 feet, something like that. Its head isn't huge.
First, I'll cut off your ears, and then I'll cut out your eyes.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
no, no, you leave the ears. You leave the ears. That way, everyone can hear.
Oh, friggin' Princess Bride.
You can hear everyone saying what a monster you are.
You grab the conductor stick. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Should be easy unless I roll bad. Ooh. Let's see how that is. It'll be 28.
As soon as you touch the conductor stick, you feel this intense presence in your head.
I
It is
match it with my will and try to fight it down.
It is unable to gain any sort of presence inside of your brain, but you feel it, and are too mentally acute to be able to your mental defense cannot be penetrated.
Isn't that interesting? Wrap it in some leather and say, I'll save you for later.
Okay. You wrap it in leather and you put it in your bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, you look around and it's just the dead orcs. Puddles of rot that once filled their skin. So it's the skins of orcs.
Are any of them wearing the mask that's on the...
Yeah.
I would
They
like
all...
to take one.
Okay.
That would fit my head decently.
Okay. They're slightly burned through as once they keeled over.
In fact, I'll take as many of them as I can in case we can outfit ourselves and disguise ourselves.
Okay.
Smart.
It's a good idea. I like it. Yeah. You had, 8 of them down there? 9 of them? So, grab 9 weird masks.
Weird masks.
Are you going to do anything with the gems?
I kind of figured the crew was going to handle that. Because, I told them to collect anything worth value.
I'll say while you've been doing this, they're, chipping away, trying to break these gems, and they're getting, small, not small, but, hand-sized pieces of these gemstones. They're just trying to chop away. It's really difficult, and they don't have the tools to do it properly, so they're crude cuts, and, but they have some gems.
Yeah, just fill your pockets, and I might be able to do something else tomorrow morning. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Anything else?
No, not for me. Bones?
No.
Corpse?
Zana will Zana will grab one of the orc skins. Someone let Zana know that they're doing that. And do something with it. I don't know. Roll it up. So gross.
I'll do it.
This is unsanitary.
And
Just cast prestidigitation.
Oh, that's nasty.
Is prestidigitation antibacterial?
It does say clean. But does that mean it would be bacterial?
That's a question
then?
for the community.
would it be at a microscopic level? I don't think so. I think that's a little too potent. It cleans it on a macro
Surface
level. Yeah.
I don't know, but soap.
Yeah.
If you can get stains out of a cloth,
You'd have to know the bacteria and be good enough. I could let someone do a check for it.
Yeah.
But in theory, if you got rid of the bacteria, you'd be able to make it too, because it says you can clean or soil something. So theoretically, whatever you can clean, you can also reduce.
Maybe.
That just seems way too.
That'd be a
intense.
cool campaign. Low-level mage that figured out how to commit biological warfare using prestidigitation.
It's when intern Steve gets very mad.
So, going back up.
Yep.
Do the
To do the funeral rites and drinking of the grog if they want to partake. I don't. Okay. Yeah.
get to the beach. Ludus has the barrel. He hasn't put it down. Just hugging it. His girlfriend.
Beryl is my girlfriend.
How much have you had, Plutus?
Only as much as I shouldn't have had.
There, bud. I know you'll miss him, but I think that he's saved from whatever trials we're about to go through.
He just understood me so well. He was so funny.
Yeah.
Now who's gonna piss off the captain? He looks over at Balthazar, and he just, like, pokes him. And Balthazar just gets, like, pushed back. This big-ass Blutus. Balthazar just looks at him like, whatever. Bones in the coffin? Not bones, but bones.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a little blanket. Like, sort of swaddle his bones. I'm gonna put that potion of alchemist fire that I made in. Push him off to sea. Actually, I feel like we would know before I do any of that, because that's like what I would want. But do I know what Ambrose's like preferred method of burial would be? 'Cause I feel like raiding and pillaging all the time, that would probably be something you talk about.
Yeah. What would Ambrose's funeral rites preference be?
Ambrose would have liked to have been laid out on a bed of flowers and given back to the earth.
Shit. Zana can create
So-
conjured craft, because we're in like a wasteland right now, right?
Yeah, you're in a serious desert. Yeah, Zana.
Carry him for a while.
But I also feel like Ambrose would also be like, but you know what? If that's not possible, whatever.
I mean, it's possible.
Send me to sea.
For conjured craft.
You can?
Yeah, let's do that.
Zana will start making all sorts of different flowers and some different, like, oddly colored ones.
In that case, he doesn't need a coffin, because it just slows the process of giving it back to the earth.
True?
Coffin's going to be used as the headstone.
Okay. We'll just say that you create, like, a good headstone instead of that coffin. Just get, like, a good slab, and you're able to use that right on it. And yeah, all this bed of flowers amidst the entirety of this desert, completely out of place, but just all sorts of different really pretty flowers. He has a like 5x5 square bed of like flower petals and flowers. You arrange his bones and put them onto these flowers. And as you do so, you feel this light pulse to the air. Almost like pass through everyone. And as it passes through, feel Ambrose's laugh. His nice, jolly nature pass through you. And you know he's somewhere now. Somewhere he can be happy.
Some ley lines now.
I thought you were going to say Malaysia.
He's in Malaysia now.
It's like, interesting choice, but okay. Valid.
He likes to move it.
Here they have cheap flight tickets.
Oh wait, Malaysia, not Madagascar.
Dang it.
Well, now he's relaxing then. There you go. Better.
And as that happens, you also see Blutus's big derpy face just all silly smile. He's like, he's gonna be alright. He wasn't alright, but now he is.
That's right, Blutus. We'll just have to finish his job for him. What a slacker.
Okay. Probably hang out here for a while.
Oh yeah.
Did we get rest?
No.
Yeah.
Does everyone swig of the grog?
Already done?
I think as much as my brain wants to, I'm not going to.
Okay. Blutus has.
I have yet to drink in this campaign, I don't think. Right? I passed up with the turtles, didn't I? I think I did.
I think you did, yeah. Balthazar starts puking. He like, I don't know if you remember that time that I took a shot of Everclear and it just went like instantly. That's what happens with Balthazar, and then he's instantly just wasted, dude. He is fucked up.
Why is he so useless? God.
He's good at
He's a useless captain.
he's good at what he does, and other
Apparently
than that,
not drinking.
he's not the biggest of drinkers. Not in
That's it.
this way. I mean, this is
strange shit.
the strongest alcohol you probably will have ever encountered as characters. Not Ambrose. I mean, you never encountered it.
Too soon.
I know. Let's see. Xavier's good. Xavier's so good he got a natural 20.
Wow.
Xavier's just like, ugh. All right.
What's wrong with you, boss?
It's like, yes.
They make a strong drink. That's nasty stuff. Must have been fermenting there for a while. Are we resting here? Seems like a weird place to be.
Probably move on and find shelter.
I hate to leave so soon, but you might be right. Let's head on down for a few miles. That way we're still near enough if we realize we've forgotten anything. Alright. I'm gonna look around and see who's still sober enough to walk.
As you look around, you see two figures approaching from the north, like sprinting towards you.
How far away?
About a mile. No, less than a mile.
Out of earshot.
Yeah.
I'd like to pull out the spyglass, because I imagine I also pulled that from Ambrose.
Yeah, he was always grabbing it from you and then giving it back. So
Okay.
you have it.
And, like, really try to get a zoom in and look at what these two figures look like.
Investigate.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Investigate me.
13.
13. There's a more like a. They're both about the same height, and one of them is significantly wider looking than the other. One of them being
Wider, not whiter.
wide, wider.
Gotcha.
Yep, wider.
Witter or witter?
Not whitter, just wider.
Will Wheaton.
No,
Witter.
Will Wheaton.
We love you, Will Wheaton.
We do.
We do.
Thanks for being in The Big Bang Theory. No one else here has watched it. Yeah. No, one of them's like rounder. The other's pretty darn slender.
Slender.
Yeah, not another one.
Trauma. Trauma.
I look back at the camp. Do we have a fire going or any light or a lot of people making noise?
Yeah, everyone's making noise. Loud noise.
Quiet, you fools!
What do you see, sir?
Wasted.
Not sure. But, I don't like taking risks. I'm gonna thaumaturgy and extinguish the flame.
Okay.
I'm gonna take light.
Okay. How high's your max height?
30.
Oh, just okay. Yeah. 30 feet up. You start just flying towards them. These figures, or
No. Just getting that bird's eye. See.
okay. Yeah, 30 feet up. You're looking at the beach, pretty ocean, mountains, nasty buildings you just came from. You otherwise. For now. Actually. You both, as you watch, start to notice as black smoke starts to rise from the ground in different locations as they're like traveling towards you.
Black smoke starts to rise from different directions.
Different
from the ground.
different spots on the ground.
Is it like
Like funneled like a little fire, or is it?
It's just a couple different places where you see this plume of smoke rising as they're passing by.
Can I use my insight to read their facial expressions for signs of fear or anger or anything like that?
Worry
Worry?
is what you would get. And as they approach closer and closer, you notice that they're doing exactly what you did on your way into this village, which was lighting.
Oh.
Not they aren't lighting everything, but they're lighting themselves like a path to like towards the village.
Would I be able to, like, sort of on their path they're walking, chart out, like, which cluster of buildings they're going to be arriving at first?
Yeah. There's not many. There's not many buildings. It's just like that ring of buildings around the central, big ass hall that you guys went into, and so they're coming from the north, and there's like two. Yeah, you're on the west side. There's two buildings here, two buildings here, two buildings here, and then one off a little closer.
I would like to try to get in in a building that would be intercepting their path.
Okay.
I'd like to bring Bones with me if you're okay with it. Yeah,
We'll take
and Zana.
Stay high.
Well, maybe not Zana. How's Zana looking? Is Zana looking drunk? or-
Zana's looking. Ooh, would Zana drink this stuff? There's a certain for science aspect to drinking strange alcohols. I feel like Zana would have to try it. Let's see. Natural 1. Drank it. Throwing up.
Oh no! Then it's just Bones and not myself.
Yeah, it's just you two.
Happened to Hermit.
Oh
Is
yeah.
Hermit there?
Hermit is.
Just fuck off.
Suck. The one person I
I'll
like.
take Hermit. Kermit the Haster.
Hermit would be. Would he drink? I don't know. He hasn't ever drank.
Oh, I don't
Anything
think
else,
he
so-
does drink.
He is available to go. I'm not available to play him, but he's available to go. As additional backup and a scary frog.
Yeah. He's got his tongue.
Yep, yep. So you sit there. You wait about 10 minutes. And you hear the footsteps rapidly approaching.
They're about 30 feet away. I would like to make contact with them.
You step out around the building.
Who goes there?
Oh, there. Look, there are people here. Hello, friend.
No.
Are you all right over there?
Identify yourself.
Well, I could identify myself quickly, or I could not, and ask you to identify yourselves quickly, because you are here.
You're speaking to the captain of one of the most fearsome pirate groups out there. So I suggest you do the same courtesy that I am doing you.
A pirate, eh? Well, if you're a pirate, then where's your ship?
Recently shipless.
Oh. Look at that, Gilby, a shipless pirate.
Won't make
Have you
him
ever
mad.
heard of such a thing?
Let's not make him mad.
Sorry, I'm just very excited. I've never met a pirate before. We don't have pirates where I'm from.
What you see is this. So, Yasmin doesn't know what my character looks like.
No.
What you see is this deep purplish red skinned devil looking creature. It's a tiefling with a mask that has fangs that come up behind his ears. Just this huge Oni mask. And a gentleman with a war pick at his side and a dark cloak. His eyes glow a fearsome red.
He's a very terrifying looking dude with
Mysterious.
long tail and horns as well.
Yes, long tail and like the horns that sort of like curl.
Like ram style.
No, not quite rams, like archdevil style.
Okay.
Not like just the, but like the fucking giant.
Okay, hell yeah.
Mm.
What else they see is Bones. Describe.
6 foot tall owl.
Jeez.
That looks weirdly similar to Spirit from Avatar.
But different enough to avoid copyright.
Yes, a legally safe knockoff. Along with, you see, this this much shorter creature kind of bouncing around, and as it comes around, it looks like a big ass frog that is wielding this sword. It has like a kind of stubby face and a I don't know what he's wearing actually. I think he's just wearing like
He has like a purple cloak or something.
that sounds accurate.
I saw that Balthazar picture. Cowardly lion.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's got like a red cape.
Yeah.
He's got like a
He's like toxic frog.
He's like
colored.
a yellow and red frog.
yeah, he's like a
Ooh.
more vibrant poison dart frog.
Ooh.
But big for a frog. Like what, 3.5, 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And he is actually kind of menacing looking, but nothing compared to the tall devil that stands before you. So, Yasmin, what is Seth and what are Seth and Bones looking at right now?
Okay, so I am just a ginormous turtle. I'm a turtle. I have like kind of like brownish beige kind of scaly skin. It's a little bit dirty right now, so it's a little bit more just like messed up. And then my shell is very, very vibrant, like foresty green with like some yellow accent. Um, let's see. I also have a long sword on me. It has a black blade and then a nice green and yellow hilt. And that's basically all I have.
And
And
Sars'
you see
character.
a person with about the same height as this turtle, right? We're both like 5'7", 5'8". And he's got light blue skin with darker blue hair. It's shaved on the sides, and it's like scooped over, and it kind of comes down to his shoulder. He's wearing like a sort of a duelist outfit with like a cape on one shoulder. There's an estoc strapped to his side, and he's got these bright silver eyes, and he is wearing a silver jeweled crown that kind of comes up in spikes on his head, and then he's wearing a COVID era face mask that's very ornate in colors of blues and golds. His outfit is like blue and deep red and gold.
No, a pirate without a ship isn't near as bad as a king without a kingdom.
Oh, I neither am a king nor do I have a kingdom, but I do have a kingdom actually. It's just not here.
Yeah, very. Yeah, just same with my ship. You know, it's
Yeah,
just not here.
It's right there. It's actually if you could see it, but you can't see it. Nobody can. It's right there. Just there.
As he begins to like try to point, he keels over in a bunch of pain because that is built in a little.
I wasn't actually pointing at it.
You just did in real life.
No, I know at it. I don't know where the hell it is right now.
That's true.
I'm just pointing up there.
15 damage.
Alright, that's fair. That's fine. That's fine.
I look curiously.
It's up there. It's just don't look at it.
You seem to have the gout.
The gout? No, I don't think I have that.
You, Shelley. You hail from the moving island.
Yes.
You're Shelly.
Sorry.
Interesting. We were just there. How
I
are you
haven't been
finding-
there. I haven't been there for a very long time, but
Oh. Well. It's on the move, like really quickly. So, good luck finding it, because I wouldn't be able to.
I've been with, as how do you say it?
Aziraquil.
Aziraquil. I found Aziraquil, and he was in a little bit of danger. I had to go help, and so I've tripped over some rocks, helped, and then we came over here to see what's been going on. There was some smoke in the air.
Zeraquil. I think I had someone take that after they suffered from a difficult mission.
It does sound like a medicine, doesn't it?
Aziraquil, not Aziraquil.
Right over the counter.
No, prescription only. Not anyone
The
can
good-
have
the good
this.
stuff.
Well, what are you trying to do? Like, why are you here? Like, no one should be here.
Well, we saw smoke. Thought it was related to why we're here.
So you just run towards smoke.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we saw
wanted
you
to help.
burning your way here.
Oh,
so
we
you
had
must
to.
have identified
Oh yeah, I mean we now know why, probably why you were burning this stuff. It actually burns pretty nicely, doesn't it? This acid.
Yes.
It appears that you are not root of this problem, so I will introduce myself. I am
Excellent.
Bone.
Bones. That's an excellent name. Where'd you come by that name?
It was gifted to me.
Oh, is it like gifted to you like you got it for your birthday kind of gift?
No, when they found me abandoned, started.
Oh, right. Well, very, very nice to meet you, Bones. Very nice to meet you. As my dear friend here said, I am Aziraquil. I am here, really, just kind of trying to figure out what all this is about. I'm just gonna like point at all the rot that's all around. Just like all of this, all of it.
The name is Seth.
Of the rot? Of the black goop is called.
My name is Seth.
Your name is. I'm sorry. Your name is Seth. Right.
And you, is Ziraquil's friend? What is your name?
Oh, yes, my name is Gilbo. Zeroquil calls me Gilby. You are more than welcome to also call me Gilby as well. I'm here to help.
What is your concern with this shit?
Well, this shit is quite dangerous. I'm sure you've noticed. It really sucks, and it poses a threat to every living thing on this planet. For us, it showed up in my kingdom not too long ago, which is very concerning because we're quite isolated, to be perfectly honest. And you know, if it's going to continue to pose a threat, we need to deal with it. So I came down to figure out what it is and how to prevent it getting to my kingdom.
Your kingdom's up there.
Somewhere. I'm definitely
So
not going
it's
to look anywhere up at all.
So it's an alien.
I mean, I guess you could say I am an alien to these lower lands. Yes, sure.
Well, the rot. That
Oh.
makes sense.
The rot. You're calling it a rot?
Yes.
Okay. I have a theory that it is more of an acid type of thing. I've been observing it for the last few days. It's very fascinating. And my friend Gilby here, he's been helping with some villagers who've been, overrun by it. Though Gilby, I don't know if you've actually like seen it.
Not exactly.
I mean, up until now.
I've gotten the I've gotten the effects of it when I was helping a few villagers through a more wooded area, and it didn't seem that it was affecting them at all. And then, well, we don't need to go too much into it, but some things have happened, and I was just told that this goop or rot, whatever you're calling it, is very dangerous to all of the life around it that it's touching, and that we need to make sure that it does not get over the mountain, or things can get far worse. Do you have any idea on how we can prevent the spreading?
I have someone you should talk to.
Wonderful.
Get in front of me. I will point you the direction. Do not
Oh.
reach for your weapons.
Oh, okay.
Just
All
follow
right.
my direction.
All right.
Lead them back to Zana,
Okay.
provided they follow my instructions.
Sure, I will follow the instructions.
I'm too scared. I'll follow.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, you get back, and you see, you two see, and I mean, you guys didn't get to watch this all happen, but everyone's like falling over, and they're just like chilling. They all like have these derpy smiles on their face. Zana is still just puking, like instant alcohol poisoning ensued for them.
Oh my gosh.
Fucker of God.
So this is your crew.
Now
What's
you
wrong
listen.
with them?
Yeah, what's wrong with them? Did the acid get them?
No, we're celebrating a fucking victory.
Oh,
You see that city?
That's celebrating. Oh,
you can call it
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
of course.
I'm gonna bring out the fucking head.
Yeah. Oh. Well, have you seen anything like that before, Bilby?
Never. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, you're looking at a head that has, instead of eyes, it has two mouths,
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, it's like
all lined with sharp teeth. And it has these ridiculously long, pointy ears.
whoa. Did you behead that, Steph?
I did with the assistance of my men. And
Wow. Good job, everybody.
woman.
That's fantastic.
we have one.
No?
No, I don't have any.
Oh, I guess in the crew.
Yeah.
Probably have, yeah, you probably have. They're probably dead now.
Probably. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Isn't it bad luck? Women on the ship.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
Oh.
As
yeah,
well.
But that's outdated. Anyway,
Oh, definitely.
yes, we decapitated it after we slew it.
The closest to being on a ship I've been is watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and what Gibbs says goes. It's bad luck to have a woman aboard, sire.
I reject that notion. Purely misogynistic.
This thing was able to raise the dead using the rot.
With the rot?
Yeah, the black shit.
That we've all come to know is
The eyes.
pretty flammable.
He would
so creepy. It's so scary.
he would use a stick to throw bodies at us, and he was sort of like a boss, El Jefe, sergeant, master of arms, whatever you want to call it, of this bullshit.
Oh. Oh, so you solved it then?
No,
Oh.
he wasn't the root cause of it. He was just a facilitator of it.
Oh.
Were you able to find out anything from him before you beheaded him?
No. Justice demanded he dies.
Who's Justice? Is that one of your crew? Like, is
I'm just gonna
that like
narrow my eyes and Just stare.
Don't make him mad. And you're looking at this gigantic, like 12-foot tall, like ridiculously heavy ogre. I don't know how heavy they actually are, so I said ridiculously heavy.
But also maybe sexy.
Sometimes can be considered sexy. And he's like laying on the ground,
Sexy ogre.
big motherfucker, and he stands up and he's like pointing at you as you're like saying something, and he sees Seth's face get all annoyed at you, and then he just like falls straight back down. Sorry, Seth, I can't help you here.
Well, you're quite adorable. Now,
You're welcome to partake if you'd like.
that is intriguing. What do you think, Gilby?
I'm not. I'll pass. This time, it
Not
looks
much of a drinker
fun.
either.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that good of a drink, to be honest.
It's delicious, and it should be savored.
I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm looking at Blutus, and then I'm just gonna scan over to Zana, who I presume is
Terrifying.
still throwing up. This terrifying creature who is still
Everyone.
throwing up. I'm just kind of like, yes, savor it well.
They drank more than they could handle.
Clearly.
Oh,
I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant. I'm just gonna be like, clean up everyone who's vomited and assist them as best you can, and wiping their mouths, giving them water, things like that.
Don't think I'll be doing that, but thanks.
Not you.
Oh, are you talking to Justice?
No, I'm not talking to Justice.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. Jeez. You people down here are so gullible. No one takes me seriously up home.
You're watching these various stones.
Brutus, I found your best friend.
You're watching these various stones get placed into this shape, and this all these different pieces of like wood get magically transported to this little campfire that's being made. You see this like little spark go on.
Oh, that's quite clever.
Little-
that's cool.
Little fire lights. Then you see a little bit later this small pot get brought over with some water in it, and it gets placed on the fire.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like getting water for everyone, like boiling water for everyone, and like wiping people's mouths. And you watch as Blutus gets like his whole face like dragged around and smeared. It's not vomit. It's not vomit, Seth. Stop that. It's just drool. You know me.
Can't change the instructions once I give it.
Please, more water. He just sits there and he's just like.
I still feel like there's very many holes in what you've been telling us.
Sure, yes. I mean, obviously there would be holes. We don't have a rapport yet. But that
We
was
don't
me
yet.
trying to make a rapport, to build a rapport with you, to kind of like loosen the sands or whatever you say.
Tension.
Loosen the tension.
Yes.
Sure, I can go with that. Yeah, that seems fine. So let's let's sit and have a meal and talk through these questions you have, because I feel like we were probably brought to you for a reason. Almost like there's this all powerful being who just made us happen to be in the right place at the right time to come together to address this acid issue, or rot as you are calling it.
Can I roll an insight check?
Do it.
25.
25. He's definitely talking about me. He has Aziracle has a deep connection with me, and
That would be hilarious. A cleric whose deity is the DM.
Oh yes, I want that so bad.
let's
Divine
have
intervention. Imagine.
sure. Divine intervention wipes the board.
You ask a question, roll, and you just get nothing from the DM. It's like, fuck. The DM ignores you or DM as a patron for warlocks.
Yeah.
DM just ignores you and you lose all power.
I want you to zero out your entire character sheet.
Okay.
He just hands you a monster sheet. This is you now. It's just like a gnat. You want to get some questions and conversating amongst each other. That should take place in 15 minutes. Or 13 minutes.
14 minutes?
13.
Okay.
4:50. Come back at 4:50.
Okay.
4:50.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Poor Theo, he left his strawberry milk 2 hours.
Oh no.
And he's like, Dad, can I have my drink? It's in the truck. You left milk in my truck?
Did it
Dude,
blow up?
No, you can't have that, man. It was so hard. You can't drink that. That's not okay.
That's bad now. That's been bad for an hour and a half now. You needed to put that in the fridge as soon as we got back.
I have strawberry cheese this morning.
Ew.
Salted.
No. That's mean.
Hi.
Kegerator in here?
Probably.
Yeah, this would be a pretty cool fucking hotel.
Yeah, I would.
With the atrium and everything? Yeah.
Right, it
It's
reminds
building so much.
me of my uncle getting dialysis in Wisconsin. The hospital they had his dad.
Oh,
It's got like a little wooden park in the middle of the
nice.
and he was like, well, cowboys shoot out trees and sedating like a mother.
Dang.
Tell me about this. He's just like, it was pretty cool. I was like, I bet. Cowboys and Indians,
Let's get back in.
Yeah.
All right, we've been having this conversation in already, so you all wanted to conversate
Yeah. Exactly.
amongst each other.
Yes. So this this rot, I've seen it act like acid. It ate away at some shells of some shell-like creatures. Not like this one. I'll point at Gilbo. Not shell like this one, but shell as in like in the sea, kind of smallish.
I've seen it eat away at shell-like creatures like this one.
Oh well. Okay. So then, Gilby, your shell is not immune, so beware. It settles in the sand and doesn't eat the sand. And when it settles in the sand, it smells like sulfur. And then it goes down into the wet sand and goes back to the ocean.
It seems to target living creatures.
Yes, I
with
imagine it would.
exposure time being a large factor. That's why we
Okay.
call it a rot. It acts sort of like a
Oh.
disease.
What do you mean?
Excellent.
It goes back?
Well, it like uses the water within the sand to like traverse back toward the ocean. Just in that direction.
Seeking
Notice
out
this.
living creatures, I imagine.
Probably. I mean, this. I feel like if it is into living creatures, as you say, I imagine that this is a very good barrier because there's not much living here, especially as you go up the shore.
We'll have
So
to,
that's why it's going back.
we'll have to examine the insects and scorpions around this area. Make note of that, Zana.
What?
I don't think your researchers in quite a state. I will make a note of this. I'm gonna pull out a little notebook and kind of. Alright, let's see. Where did I put it? We were talking about. Oh yes, here we go. All right. Observe.
Where are your allegiances as far as Ogma's Wharf is concerned?
Roll a history check.
Do I know what Ogma's Wharf is? Natural 1.
What's
For
an
3 probably. Yeah,
What's an
3.
Ogma? What's a wharf?
What? Gilby, do you know what that is?
Do
No.
you want me to roll?
You don't. We just did your travels and you did not go that direction.
I did not go that direction.
Right. Well, seems at least on the surface level, you all can be trusted.
Well, it seems like we have a common goal, really.
Is your goal to eliminate it or to weaponize it?
Oh, eliminate it.
Eliminate it.
Yeah. That's barbaric. Who would try to weaponize it?
Just lifts the head.
Right?
Right.
Right.
So that's justice then.
This is the result of justice's demands.
Excellent. Yes, no. So I really just want to prevent this stuff from getting up to my home. We're not safe, even though we're really far away. So I'm here to eliminate this.
Do me a favor, will you?
Sure.
Stick out your hand like that. I'm going to set out my set of scales. Prick you a little bit of blood off.
Ow!
Drop a drop on one side of the scales.
That was mine.
It's fine. And I'm going to get a little bit of what blood might be left from the severed head and set it on the other side. See what happens.
Are your scales magical?
Can they be? They are a relic, like a religious tool.
I'll say they're magical.
Okay.
They're a common joke magical item. Yeah, because it was about to get just melty, melty up in here.
They're made of silver.
Yeah.
Silver.
You have to like come up with like a balance of this, right?
Yeah. So essentially, the question I'm asking is, is like the one that's heavier would be the one that's sort of more aligned to the ideals of justice, which doesn't mean much if anything, but I just want to see.
Okay. Yeah. The rot guy, his blood just lifts all the way up, and Ziraquil's blood that side sinks. It's like the most polar opposite you've probably encountered while testing things on the scales.
I'll take a cleaning cloth. Gilbo, you're next. See your
Oh,
hand,
God.
please.
Oh God. Shake
alright,
gets
I'll hold his other hand. It's alright. It's fine. It doesn't hurt that much, really. It doesn't.
all right.
Dig in a little bit harder because of scaly skin.
Yeah.
Let's make it fast.
Oh, it's fast. And out to your neck. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take just a drop of blood from you, and I'll do the same thing.
This time, the scale drops even harder. Like,
You almost broke it.
yeah, like it would break if it wasn't for the fact that we just made it a magical item.
All right, you two. We're gonna be sleeping off the night here. Welcome to settle in. But like I tell everyone here, you're expected to pull your weight while you're with me.
Yeah, just don't get so fat like me.
No, we'll definitely pull our weight. I'll sleep over here if that's okay with everybody. I don't want to be in anyone's way. We'll start fresh and early in the morning. I'll be the first awake. I'll make sure that we're ready to go.
Just don't let anyone throw up.
That, good sir, is sound advice. Very good. Thank you for that.
I think that Ludus, you take the first watch. Wake me up when you're about to pass out.
Seth, time to wake up. Is that right away? I'm sorry, Seth. There's no way I can stay awake right now.
Fine. I shall stay awake all night.
Ah, yes, the Seth special.
You really don't have to. I'm happy to sit watch.
I mean, I can sit watch, can sleep. Seem
You're
like you've had a
welcome to
hard
stay
day.
awake with me.
Sure, that'll be great bonding time for sure.
I'll stay up. I'll stay up over here.
You do such a good job of making a scary smile, dude. Holy shit. So you, watch as Zana is being tended to. How long is that thing up? An hour?
Oh, I think it is an hour. Yeah.
Zana has been tended to for an hour. And there's, like, no change.
Oh no.
I mean, like, alcohol poisoning. Natural one style. Natural. Natural. I'm fucked. What did I
have
do?
an IV in her mobile lab.
Yep. And we'll say that's what your unseen servant was doing the last, like, 15 minutes of its life, was digging a hole big enough to for Zana.
Oh my god. Okay, Zavi had one request of us, and it was to not kill Zana.
You know, natural one.
Oh my god.
Damn you.
And no one helping.
We didn't.
I'm literally checking to see if I've got anything.
My
that can
servant
help.
was helping.
Yeah, your servant helped dig a hole for puke. It dug a puke hole for Zana, and that's...
Oh, I thought you were saying like A hole big enough for Zana
That's what it
No.
sounded
fit
like.
The
in.
body.
No, the hole big enough for Zana to puke in for the
Okay.
remainder of the night.
Alright. You know, I'm just gonna like go over to Zana and kind of rub their back and say, "You'll be all right, chap. You'll just, I know you'll pull through and cast healing word."
Okay. Does healing word?
I don't know.
Remove
It's
any
just,
effect?
No, it just heals damage. So
Well, they did take some damage.
I don't have cure poison or disease prepared, so. Sorry.
I guess Xavier might have a little something. Yeah, because he likes to poison people and then bring them back to life
I have.
and do all sorts of nasty stuff to people. So we'll say had some like charcoal powder or whatever they give you when they pump your stomach. I don't actually know, but he'll force it down Zana's throat and just like hold her mouth hold their mouth shut and just watch. It's gonna taste real bad, but you'll be better. So Zana's at least gonna be maybe okay in the morning. Hangover from hell.
Oy.
Yep.
Somebody.
I'll make a black backpack. Backpack in the morning.
A back plaque.
You can take the skin. Work.
Oh, we need that skin for other shit.
All of it.
You could use the legs as straps, and the belly as the.
Gross. Gross. You just open it up right here.
Pretty sure there's quite a few at like Aborigine.
Oh my god.
Not that.
Seth, don't roll a perception check. Your watch goes fine. Up until the point, I guess, up until when you actually like get tired.
Unless there's anyone who's gonna take over, maybe Bones or anyone of the crew who's gonna take over. You know, Seth, I'm not letting either of these two have a watch alone yet.
Yep.
It's fine. Well, I've enjoyed the conversation and hanging out with you. I feel like we're getting to the point where we're going to be real good friends. But I'm going to go to bed now. So good night.
Enjoy your rest.
That was not creepy at all. But I will. I'm sure I will. And I'm going to like pull out this super luxurious sleeping bag and pull out this like little tent thing, and I just kind of like give it a poke, and it just like builds itself. And I drag my sleeping bag in. I'm like, Bilby, you're welcome to join me in here if you'd like, but I know you like your space.
No, I appreciate it. I have my shell. I'm gonna pat my shell, and then I'm gonna say good night, and just everything just goes in the shell. Yep.
Yeah. Can it be instant? Just makes a little popping
And it's,
noise.
like, spitting slightly.
Allow me, Seth. We're still around the buildings.
I would say we're. So in my head, we're like a couple hundred feet away from the
a few
shore.
hundred feet.
Yeah. Like up where the ground is softer, but not like rocky or.
Fall over to
Yep. This was basically your job. Your day job, which was actually your night job. All your sketchy dealings were in the day because of your.
Today is tomorrow. Tomorrow's the night shift.
It is today, but yesterday is tomorrow.
What's that from?
I want to say it's from Fairly Odd Parents, but
What?
I have to figure that out. I remember saying that all the
Yeah,
time,
it's from a
bro.
cartoon, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure if it's that or
What?
Adventure Time.
I'll Google it. It's fine.
It's like, why put off? Why do today, or SpongeBob maybe? Why do today what you can put off to tomorrow? What is today, but yesterday is tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds like a SpongeBob thing.
It is a SpongeBob
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go all the way to all the way left.
Yeah.
No, and then go one to the right, and then that perception.
Should be
11. Okay.
It's okay. I've still got a ton of spell slots actually.
It is difficult to really hear anything over the sound of Zana puking their guts out.
Oi.
But with your owl vision, just scanning the horizon in that creepy turning all the way, looking everywhere, flying up on occasion. Your watch goes by without any incident. And the morning comes, tide comes up, and you have the day. What will you do with it?
Is this Camp 2? Do we know?
This is what was scribbled down as base 2.
Do I know that?
You know nothing of anything.
I didn't know if we saw a sign or something walking through it. Is it base 2?
If you did, do you know orc or goblin?
No?
Then you wouldn't be able to read it.
Well, technically, I haven't picked any languages yet. So,
So there's one that I'm choosing now. It doesn't say base 2. I will give you that.
Okay.
It doesn't say base 2.
Not
There's no
gonna
sign.
Alright, that's fine.
Hold on, I might be able to do something really cool. It's cleric spells that I can prepare.
Which you can change after a long rest.
Yes. That's
Long rest. I can change my HP, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hit the campfire. And then long rest. And then it should have you confirm it.
I am going to use my level up to remove Unseen Servant. Take comprehend languages.
That is actually a very good idea.
Yeah.
The timing is fortuitous.
Yeah.
Almost as if a very powerful man in the sky orchestrated us all to be here at once.
All right.
I didn't want you to have to wait a month and a half to play again, though. I mean, that's the main reason. Like,
I know.
you'll show up anyway, and then you'll just be doing nothing, and I'll feel so bad. I could give you a monster stat block, I guess, and you could play a monster if they run into one, but...
All baddies.
Right. All right.
Actually sounds like fun.
I mean, kind of.
was gonna have one of my buddies. He has a ridiculously good voice changer thing through his computer, and I was gonna have him like roleplay one of the baddies for me.
That would be really cool.
That would be really
Just bring someone in for the boss, so you don't have to do it.
Hi, my name is Jeff. Let's have him, man.
I guess first thing I'm gonna do when I wake up is I'm going to make a backpack for Bluetooth. I don't pee.
I never pee. I've never peed in my life. Okay, you make a.
You guys pee first thing you wake up?
I drink water first thing when I get up.
Yeah. I do.
I wake up and like finish whatever water I had at night, down it, and then yes.
Alright. Water, make coffee. And and then pee.
No, I can never wait till after coffee.
Piss, make coffee,
Yep. Are you making like a Dungeoneers pack, Explorers pack type of?
No, I'm not making any like a pack. I'm making
No, I know,
a backpack.
but like that type or like a hiking backpack. Like you know, like I'm just trying to get like a.
Like, is it like a knapsack? Is it a rucksack?
Yep.
Like a ruck, I guess. Something I can just stuff a bunch of shit into.
Okay. So you got a big sack.
Yeah, big sack with straps.
Okay.
That's like as functional as I can make it.
Okay.
You got one of the nifty that nobody even thinks may or may not help.
But we all do it.
I did it,
Yep. Oh yeah, me too.
but I longboarded to class, so I don't know what your excuse is.
Oh, I didn't want people to steal my shit because I went to UNM.
Good point. Yeah, so Bluetooth's got a backpack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna load as much shit in there as I can.
Okay.
I'm not
Might
carrying
smell
a ton of
bad.
stuff. Yeah.
Like some kind of serial killer's backpack.
Yeah.
He's your
Sounds
regular
we
old
can
Jeffrey
actually
Dahmer.
And then I don't know where we're going next, guys. Can I see the map?
Oh, we forgot to set the TV up. Well, I have some ideas of where to go next.
Elaborate.
We should go where we are most needed.
Fuck Ogma's Wharf.
I still don't know what that is, but it sounds terrible based on what you've said. So let's not go there. We do need to prevent this rot from getting into the forest, the mountains.
A good idea.
I don't know, truly. You're just really lucky to have someone as smart as I am around.
So the forest is back towards Ogma's Wharf.
It's being weird
This
right
forest
here.
right
I can't turn it
Yeah.
anymore.
This one right here.
That
Is that the forest?
that is a forest, yeah.
Yeah.
That forest that Gilbo said we need to protect.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Same forest that Jim
Just
Jar is
there.
in, and
Ginger's still there.
Jim Jar may still be there.
Oh god. Ominous.
That is.
we're gonna come into a Jim Jar corpse.
The next boss.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, it would.
That'd actually be like scary, especially because I could make it like a horror Easter bunny.
Give him
Or like the Bakasaurus skin.
Yeah.
Feaster bunny.
But why the forest?
I don't know, Gobi. Why the forest? What's going on there?
I'm not sure. I think we should look in the forest just to see, because with the darkness, something could be there that we're just not able to see here on the beach, so we could figure it out, and at least it'll be a start.
Well, put that on pause. Let's, before we go anywhere, give me a moment. I need to find out if I have the information I need. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
And I'm going to start reading the manuscripts and documents that I have collected. It's okay. Finish my water anyway.
Probably take you like 5 hours, 6 hours to come through all of them.
Stop disturbing me!
You're gonna go through them all.
At least the topics, like.
Okay. Yeah, you've got.
Looking for anything that will talk about Arrakis or the ley lines or the what is the war called? The Arrakis Conquest, but there was the gods, not the gods, but the things that were created for the war. I forgot what they're called.
I don't remember what. I don't know if we actually gave them a name.
But I've come into a couple of.
You heard it call itself a protector.
Yeah. Okay.
You scan through and get these different titles that are kind of talking about changing their religion, that they actually worship. Then it kind of keeps going and talks about, has like a thing about what's the new god. Kind of discusses that. Why not our like commander, our old commander? You get to a part that says, new energy has been sensed. Next section would say, God energy this may be our new. No, they would probably call it something like. And they would honestly probably call it like a patron. All powerful question mark type thing. And then it says Arrakis Conquest as the last section.
What does it say right before that?
What I just said.
God Energy, New Patron, All Powerful Arrakis Conquest.
So those are all different sections, like different major chapters.
Oh, okay.
So those are like each one of those things I said is like a chapter.
Okay, can I read more in depth into that?
Which one?
All of it?
Yeah.
It all seems related.
Yeah. You'll have to tell me those chapters again so that I can give you stuff specific to it.
God, Energy, New Patron, All Powerful, Arrakis Conquest.
So you read into the God energy thing and you start looking, and it's talking about these like goblin and orc priests that they kind of try and reach out to their deity, and they've been like trying to get like a kind of like a cleric like connection with their seriously with their
Just
their
file that
deity.
away.
And in their pursuit of this relationship with their god, they felt this godlike energy. They wanted to find something. They knew right away it wasn't what they were looking for, but pursued it. So that kind of depicts that like process. What's the next one?
Really important. New patron.
New patron talks about how this godlike energy appeared out of nowhere and became stronger and stronger as they tried to reach out to their own deity. It basically shows like feels to them as though if there's a deity that is in control of more things, like the way that they expect their deity to kind of work, they feel like this is a deity to their deity. Like, yep. And then 1010 star to get back in here. Yeah.
All right. Next was all powerful. I imagine that's probably also what you went into right there.
Yeah, as they no, as they begin to try and like gain some communication with this deity, they begin to have a bit of a relationship. They're able to communicate with it, and it is never a very like strong connection. Like they don't like have like a good conversation or anything, but they figure out that it comes from another place. And anything that talks about this other place, as you read with your fucking passive perception / insight, you recognize this as they don't understand what it was saying to them about where it came from. Some sort of unfathomable place. And so that kind of gives them more of a vibe that like this thing's on a bigger scale than our orcish deity that kind of dictates some of the stuff on our material plane.
And then Arrakis Conquest.
Arrakis Conquest, they at this point, it starts kind of going off, talking about a betrayal that this god thing did. It talks about these squirming vines of necrotic rot that started coming into their village or this base that they have. And as anytime you like read anything about the base, it's like basically their outpost that they use as like a forward operating base. And it would probably reference you to like their, so just so that you can see base. This is their base. This is where they come. Like this is where they actually are.
And we're down over by that little island, right? Yeah.
You're at this.
Okay.
And then yeah, it talks about a very tall, slender figure starting to take over. Like it showed up and it started commanding the people at this outpost to do things, and would slaughter anything that would not listen to it. And after about a month or two, was able to actually control this rot in a way that took over the bodies. So basically, describing what you saw, and it talks about learning the name Arrakis from this deity.
The slender creature?
No, the divine power. It's been this godlike energy called itself Arrakis. And then it has like conjecture about what it's doing here.
And that was worshipped by the slender creature, right?
It doesn't say anything about that. All it says is that it can control the rot, and it talks about how.
But the new, did it mention any names when it said the new deity, the all-powerful one?
Arrakis.
All right, okay. Just trying to double verify. Okay. All right.
And it talks about. Sorry, I don't know what just happened to my throat.
It's that ice cold water.
I haven't even started my ice cold water. Maybe that's the problem. It talks about this rot as being part of the conquest of Arrakis and its attempt to take things over.
I have an alternate idea. We could see if we can get any more information up north. Take us opposite way of the forest. And if you know what you need to do with the forest, I am okay going there first. But if you're just wandering in blind, I think we should go north first.
What you say, friend? Do you know if there's something that you need to do in the forest? Specifically.
Gilby.
Bilbo Gaggins.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe we could follow the rot and see if it leads us somewhere else in the forest. Maybe there's like something else that's like grounded to there.
I want to investigate it.
Forest is hard.
Yeah. And it takes us away from all the clues we've gotten so far. It's this new problem that's come up. I almost feel like it's a distraction.
What do you think we should do?
The preference would be to go north, then.
I think so. The manuscripts talk about their operations up north. Not a whole lot of detail, but it is something. They don't mention anything about needing to capture the forest or anything like that.
Well, maybe going to the source will prevent further spread. So if it hasn't gotten to the forest yet, I think we're okay. And if we deal with potentially if this is where it's all stemming from, then theoretically we could stop it from going to the forest altogether. It's like dressing a wound. You could mop up the blood that's running down your leg, or you could just cover the hole that's causing the blood.
Let me ask you this. Are you ready to die?
No. Not really, no. I mean, I prefer not to.
Are you prepared for it?
Sure, fine, yeah.
That's all I needed to hear. Alright, let's go north. Everyone, pack up your bags. Got a hot journey ahead of us.
Oh. Here's Zana. That's...
Walk over to Zana and slap the shit out of him. Oh shit. Been fucking waiting to do that. Get your ass up.
Ow. I would be so much more angry right now if I could think it through. Give me a minute. They'll try getting that together, getting their stuff all together and get up. And you all pack up the camp. I also wanted to make sure that you knew the books that you had from Agma's Wharf are special. Those also cannot be destroyed.
Cool.
Being a knowledge, a place of high knowledge that their knowledge is undestroyable. So
Book burnings.
yeah, you exactly. You are also able to read into that a little bit.
Y'all hop into the backpack I made Glutus and just... I'm just kidding.
Hop into the orc skin instead of the pig skin.
Tossing an orc skin around.
Yeah, we do that every Thanksgiving.
You know that this is going to be a long journey up north. You don't exactly know but speed travel times as you've been on the ocean most of your life.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like to be held down by bipedals to this extent, so you could get there fast, but not everyone can. Actually, no, you have fucking 30-foot fly speed, don't you?
Yeah, it's
You
the
can
same.
fly right above them.
Well, except until you hit anything up or down, because they're feet straight.
Yep, hypotenuse.
He's still going slow.
Yep. But you assume you're gonna take 3 weeks traveling north.
We're just gonna
That's
hug you to the
gross.
beach.
Yeah. Yes, I think beach would probably be safest.
Get nature's air conditioning.
Yeah.
And you know, the
Just
further
natural water.
the further you go, the further away the mountain gets, leaving you with even less shade.
And crew member number 4 needs water to swim in water every once in a while.
And they can get into brackish water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're finding they were finding the troll piss puddle. we actually researched frogs, and there are some that that doesn't matter. They're fine. Nasty. They mean whatever water.
Good for them. Being all evolutionary and shit.
Yeah, I was even evolving hermit. So sad. He didn't get to his final evolution. Cool. So I think we know where we're going. We know where we were. It's gonna take you easily 3 weeks.
What if we do sleepless nights? We can do it in 2.5.
Does he do this often? Does he ever sleep?
All the time.
Does he sleep?
When you're not.
When you're not.
So when we're all sleeping, he sleeps. He's just faking being on watch. He's just.
Relative. It's okay. I'll always be on watch.
Right.
Okay.
That's why he wears the masks. Otherwise, it's big
Yeah.
bags.
I just got another image of SpongeBob when he's all exhausted.
Oh, just like eyes are bulging and red everywhere.
Yeah. And with that, I think we can pick up there next time.
Right.
We have finished the post-battle sadness.
That was rough.
It's really sad to come into a funeral.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so
We didn't even
sad.
bring it up either. Like, well, we just buried our fucking friend here.
Yeah, come drink. We're celebrating a victory.
Well, yeah, you don't tell brand new strangers that, like, yeah, we just lost a few people today.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They think you're weak.
Yeah.
Or they think that you're the strong ones because you're left. Plus, they just walked in and there's just bodies everywhere. Literally, like, you look like you just won a war with, like, a dozen people.
That's because we did.
Basically.
So, we'll pick up with you all doing some travel next time in 2 weeks.
Walking on a sunlit view.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds good. Yeah.
It is not a beautiful beach. It is a wasteland of a beach.
It's hard to picture because I've never been to like a wasteland beach.
Yeah, there's apparently only like one.
Where is it? I want to go.
I don't remember.
All right,
But
fine.
I did look it up before I made a desert right here.
All right.
Well, I mean, the snow on the Arctic is all.
That's true. I also broke this off of from up here, so
Wouldn't Spain be like pretty cool?
I have no idea.
I enjoyed the beach in Spain.
Like, well, right. But like, if you were like traveling in like a wagon,
Possibly.
not too hot.
It was very similar to here when we took a train down the coast from Barcelona, and it was very like same type of plants as here.
And
Nice. Where in Spain?
Trying to think if
We're
I've
planning
ever
in
return
Europe.
trips. Yeah.
Look at the Rock Beach.
The Rock.
It
Yeah,
better
imagine,
have
like,
a picture
what,
of
like,
Dwayne
South
Johnson, or I will
South
be
Africa,
mad.
Or what? Where is
Oh,
that?
that looks like North Africa, right? Sorry. Oh, it's literally the Rock.
Yep.
or okay, yeah, like that kind of
That's a picture of White Sands.
Morocco.
It's a picture of White Sands with water.
No,
That's a
No, that one totally is a picture.
Yeah.
Missile range, yeah.
Desert beach pictures. That's not a.
that
beach.
is
No,
White
that is
Sands.
White
That
Sands,
is
yeah.
straight up.
No.
Those are the organs right there.
Yeah.
That's literally.
No,
They labeled it
Good
desert
job,
beach.
Google.
I know, man.
It is a deserted beach.
This is this is more like what you're looking at. This is the like rocky shore I was talking about, by the way.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I
that
can
makes
totally
sense.
see an owl flying.
So, like weeds and shit.
Yep. You got cactuses and all sorts of just.
Kind of like the Salton Sea,
So,
the lake in California. You
Yeah.
flew right over it.
I also flew over a fuckload of snow on a mountain.
Oh, that's cool.
So much snow. It was
That
ridiculous.
That would have been. Paramount?
I don't know. It.
California? That's-
I was flying over it for so long. It was a huge mountain. I don't know where I was.
Oh, it's a Rocky Mountain.
Well,
Greenland's cool to fly over.
is.
We will see you all.
How to end our geography lesson.
Where is the calendar? See you all on the 16th.
Actually,
Actually, you're going out of town again?
I will be in Costa Rica that week.
I'm so jealous of you.
Let me check our itinerary to see what we're doing that day, and I might be able to join.
Okay.
Pretzels?
Thanks for joining, Yasmin. I'm closing this.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Yasmin.
Bye.
Good seeing you, or talking to you.
Yeah,
Look, it's
Bye.
Diesel.
meeting you.
Look at him, he's cute.
Oh my gosh.
Dog.
Yep.
Fur baby.
Bye. Oh, wait, show Estes. You didn't get to see.
Puppers. Oh, he looks so fluffy.
He's super cute.
Okay, I'm gonna go snuggle my dog now.
Bye.